Okay, well, welcome to the Round Block Podcast,
Yeah.
Let's go.
where we talk about people.
Yes.
And what?
We talk
We
to
just-
people, not about them.
Oh, okay. That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
We rather talk to
I
the
never
people.
fly from Oahu just for do rumors, okay?
Rumors nightclub.
Around the block, bitch.
Okay, yeah, we got in the house. We got the angry locals. We have Osna, Mox, and Chris Styles. Thank you guys for coming out. And you know, the reason why I was real interested in having you guys on here is because I noticed a talent pool of hip hop artists in Hawaii that I feel aren't getting the proper they're not getting the proper play on the radio stations. And why is that? You know what I mean? Because we're listening to all these and we're supporting all these mainland artists, but our Hawaii artists, in my opinion, they're just as good, if not better. You know what I mean? So how do we get to that level of support musically? Because we do it with all these other all these other people. And yo, what's going on over there? Yo, you can hear the mic, dude. You're gonna stay in or stay out?
Featuring Doobie.
Yeah, he just ruined my backdrop too. But like I said, that's
zone now.
doobie thing to do. That's a doobie thing to do, man. I'm getting so fucking doobs numb, bro.
Yes, star, bro. He's gonna make all kind of random fucking cameos in your podcast,
I know, dude.
bro.
But when you ask him to be in it, dude, he doesn't want to be in it. You know what I mean? We're like, oh, we need your bodies, come over here, or hold this camera, and he's like off on his phone. He just talks and he kind of conveniently just walks off. Yeah? That motherfucker.
What?
Okay, so
Let's go down the line. Maybe we end with Chris because he works
at
the
a radio station.
Yeah, so he probably give you the most insightful version.
As long as you don't get in trouble, man.
Nah, bro, I'm 100 off the air, bro.
Okay. Unless you give him a raise, yeah, you might give him a raise and he'll talk less. Yeah.
I got two techniques in radio, bro. For anybody that wants to spend money, you can either pay me to talk about your product, or pay me to shut up about your product.
Yes, both of which can help you out.
Hey, Kirky paid me.
What?
We still never stop.
Man.
Uncle Kirk.
Okay. I think Keone went for go grab me some peanut M&Ms.
Hey.
Be back.
Let's go. Dark chocolate Reese.
Fuck you guys.
Okay.
Oh.
He
What
knew
is that?
he knew when we was gonna talk about Hawaii hip hop it was gonna be depressing. So gotta pull one up.
Pull up the good shit. Cheers, bro.
Shout out to Kuhau, bro.
Oh,
Let's go.
right, you hit the big Cuban. Oh, you was ready for this.
He left it down here yesterday from
Yeah.
our podcast yesterday, so I kind of just went cockroach him.
Fire.
Okay, so Osna, why don't we start with you? Why? I don't know if you know why. If you really know why. Do you have facts or what's your opinion on that?
No facts, all opinions. Okay, from a DJ perspective, I wouldn't even play like 90% of Hawaii hip hop in the club.
Ooh,
How dare you?
tell him.
Yeah.
How dare you
Yeah.
say that?
Ooh,
I like your
tell
honesty.
him.
I like your honesty.
Talk that shit.
So I think it almost goes the same with radio. So in a club scene, I'm trying to control a crowd and I'm trying to get them on the dance floor. I'm trying to get them to dance. They only want to do that to songs that they're familiar with. So if I drop some random song that nobody's ever heard, the chances are people are going to leave that dance floor.
Okay.
So almost in the same sense, if I play a song on the radio and nobody's ever heard it before, chances are they're going to tune into a different station.
Okay, so that's the conundrum then.
Yeah.
How do we get it on radio so that they become familiar with the songs?
I
So
think
when you
that's-
play it on the
right.
radio, but you're right, because they have to be able to dance to it. But you know what I used to tell? The guy that used to work over here, Casey 808. Shout out to Casey 808. I would tell him, write songs, and I think I might have told you guys too, Mox, with the Lorena project, but write songs to popping, to popping songs at the time. I was like, use the Drake beat to transition it into your song.
Mixtape style.
Because then they kind of got that, they got that bop and that movement. And they're kind of grooving already with it. And then you can kind of switch into your song.
Yeah. So that's like programming. And so in like DJ aspect of it, that's what you got to ask yourself too. As an artist, whatever song you're playing, like if the hottest shit right now is Drake and Future and Migos, does your song fit in between those 3 songs that I'm gonna play? Because if it just so left field, like an angry local song talking about local legends, bro, that thing doesn't match. So it's just like almost not in the same playlist.
I don't know. You're a pretty good DJ, man. We could just go from
We could. I mean,
West Side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can we do that?
I could, yeah. But yeah, that's my take. It's almost like a programming is like a lot of Hawaii hip hop songs just doesn't match the playlist.
So they got, or they got to be more familiar with it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mox.
Yeah, I feel that. I think I'm gonna speak like just continuing on that, like from a consumer side, right? How it's accessed. Let's say you control the stations, you control the artists that get the representation. So that whole scheme of the industry of music hasn't changed in a long time.
So do you guys feel locked out?
I don't. As an artist, so that's the other side. Not as a consumer. As an artist, the creation part, they can't control. Hip hop taught me that no matter where, anytime, any place, it could go down. And we can create culture with ourselves as the center and be able to tap into whatever we need to express, to free ourselves from whatever that is. Hip hop gave me that as an artist. So where the industry has to catch up is that radio don't rule anymore.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Direct to consumer, follower by follower, SoundCloud listen by SoundCloud listen, they make labels pay attention. So like the biggest artist like Drake is signed to a label at a loss. The label is paying too much to have a Drake on because his brand is so big, they need a Drake on the roster to get other artists to be a part.
Oh, okay. So Drake is just a good investment. So in marketing they call that a loss leader item. So they might have to pay out the ass
For
to
Xbox.
have Drake on the team.
Yes.
Because Drake will brings a certain feel and energy and vibe. And I'm signed to the same label as Drake.
Right.
Okay.
And then on a polar opposite would be an artist like a Russ. Self-produced, self-marketed, self-distributed, runs his own, and then will be in Forbes.
Yeah. Okay, so funny story about Russ and Ray Jr. he can co-sign on this too.
Word.
I found out about him like off SoundCloud and on YouTube when he did that colorful What They Want video. Just when it just came on too. And then I liked it. I vibed with it. And I was like, oh, this is cool, man. I like this. Super indie. And
All of that.
I looked at the, just how, like the budget. He's just walking through a forest, singing, vibing. And I was like, oh, dude, I like that shit. It's going to pop. I felt it was going to pop. And then he came out with another song. And I kind of followed his early career. And then I told Ray, because Ray throws all the big shows in Hawaii. I was like, Ray, book this fool on a 2-show deal. Okay, pay him whatever he wants right now, and get him to do another show at the same rate next year, and that's how you'll make money.
Guaranteed.
And then he's like, I never heard of him, and we gotta see.
You probably never even heard of that kind
That's
of deal.
actually a good segue into Chris Styles because Russ was that artist who had no radio play, and then all of a sudden the radio had to play him.
At all. So Russ, when he came down here to Hawaii, never had a song rotated at all and sold out instantly.
Yeah.
And we were like, our radio station just had to play it because, well, first of all, we're the promoting station. But secondly, because obviously the demand was that crazy.
Yeah.
And at that time, I think our program director, I'm not sure if he was aware of how intense that was.
Yeah.
The love for Russ.
Well, so I found black 6 Lack.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I found him too early, and I told Ray the same thing. Book him, and then he blew up, dude.
Yeah.
Then he was featured with J. Cole, and
You should be a talent scout, bro.
Yeah, you.
bro,
No,
I
Black
mean,
is
bro.
amazing.
You got it.
Nah, dude, I'm a clothing guy, man,
Yeah.
and I just people that wear my clothes, I appreciate that,
Yeah.
So that's
But
my
just the
thing. I
thing
stay in my
about, like,
lane, dude.
Those artists like Russ and like Black, the amount of work they have to flood so that people in Hawaii know about them, like just to get over without a radio push when your single comes out, $1 million promotion behind a single, Beyonce, Rihanna, you know what I mean? Guys, that level of workload. Also, I think because of how Hawaii is, I don't know anybody else but Oats who's like cranking out like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? At that rate.
Yeah, COVID year was fucking Osna's year, dude. Definitely, dude. That's why I was just like, dude, okay, Osna, you gotta fuck with me, man. You do all these songs, man. I'll give you whatever clothes you want, man. Cause I'm attracted to that. I like to hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I hustle myself too. So when I see other people hustling, man, I want to hustle with you,
Yeah.
and
Respect,
that's the whole thing about like Osna. I was like, damn, dude, he's just kicking mad content out.
So now I got to figure out how to get on the radio.
So okay, so how do we do that? Like,
So, have you heard the song Kodak Moment from Daju Roll and Coins?
coins. Oh, keep your coins.
You know Coins, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's bad. That fool is talented.
So we've been playing that song on the radio for 2 weeks straight now.
Mm-hmm.
And on my night show every night, and that's the case in point, right? It's not radio that's making the waves; it's radio that rides the waves.
Okay.
I'm breaking this song right now for 2 weeks, and it hasn't reached this far or as much as we'd like it to think it would reach. Because your average listener, again, they're already pre-programmed coming into the radio. They want to hear what they've heard on TV. They want to hear what they've heard on somebody's reels or TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
Something that puts them in a comfortable zone.
Mm-hmm.
There's not, as much as we like to think people appreciate music like we do, most people don't.
Yeah,
a lot of people are just very monotonous and just want comfortability.
Yeah. Well, there's really good rap, and there's conscious rap, and there's catchy rap, and it just seems like catchy rap gets the most play. You know what I mean? And
absolutely. You get better shots with easily digestible stuff.
So as artists, is that a formula you guys would kind of like say, okay, I need to put something radio. I can put something really deep and conscious and give back to the culture and have my voice, but at the same time, is it selling out if I put a radio-friendly song together just to get the views and get your foot in the door with radio?
I think our process with making music in first and foremost is we never go in the studio pre-thinking what we're gonna do. It's almost just like, play the beat, okay, someone come up with a topic, okay, someone come up with a hook, okay, let's write to this. Yeah. But there is
you guys just gig.
Yeah. So there is people who think outside of like beyond. Like IA is an example for me. He's always thinking like, okay, before he even raps, he's already got the video planned out, the marketing scheme, everything like that. So
Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah, we never actually plotted a radio song. Like, hey, today, brah.
Yeah.
We got to do one for the radio. Yeah.
Yo, I just started making island reggae music 2 years ago, like consistently.
Joel Jackson.
Dude, that shit is smooth, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Like,
and I'm trying to like figure out what that transition is for that genre of music. I guess.
but you can rap, but you can sing. You're very melodic. You know how to carry a fucking tune. So
Dang.
So you have an unfair advantage. Like, Osna's really good lyrical, but his voice is a little bit irritating at times.
People, like, I like ghost write, bro. I don't like rap my own self.
but in a battle rap, he will fucking smash you too.
But even going back to Kodak Moment, where Roll, he raps, but that whole song he's singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saying the whole thing.
Sang.
The talent is amazing. The young men nowadays, like, the way that they're doing melodies and raps and like the kind of records they're creating off the same vibe of like just make a song is dope.
Yeah, and you know what I was thinking in radio too, it has to be appealing to all ages. So like my dad watches all my videos and I'm 100% sure he does not understand it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't digest the depth of rap. Right.
Yeah.
So like something like a Kodak moment.
Dude, he's just lifting weights. That's why he don't give a fuck about your songs, bro.
But
He's
even
just
just
pressing.
almost anybody, it's kind of hard to digest rap. It's easier to digest singing.
Yeah.
It's a lot more space. It's not as congested in such a small period of time, and then it sounds good.
Yeah.
Sonically.
And they just call it R&B now. Like Drake is the #1 R&B artist, but he's a rap.
Is that what is he
He's a
considered?
pop star to me.
Yeah.
It's just pop. Once he crosses over a certain thing.
Once you get more billboards than Michael Jackson, you're a pop star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember I had this conversation with Kilo, DJ Blam, you know, 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, I used to spin, he used to spin, Chris used to spin, and then you know, in my opinion, Kilo got stuck being too underground. Like, you know, underground is the stuff that we like to bump when, you know, we're all drinking 40s and stuff and we vibe to it and stuff. But just like how Wilson said, man, you got to know how to read a dance floor. And that's something that Chris did, DJ Delve. Delve did really well, man. Wow. He knew how to read a crowd. And that in itself is a fucking talent too, you know? So, like, if you're going to pit them on a battle scratch, man, Kilo's going to smash. You know what I mean? But there's
with the audience, but like at a club, like depending on what time.
But people can only, you know, they can only do like a battle scratch thing for, you know, 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And what do they, you know, club people, they want all night long, you know what I mean? So
I mean, you were talking about that earlier. Sitcom or movie, you know, like what do you want to create? What are people ready to sit down or what's gonna even live longer? Like for some reason, the sitcoms go more legend than like some movies.
Okay, so let's move the direction of conversation to support and the whole hip hop community working with each other rather than against each other. Because that's one thing I always wanted to do. You know, like, and, you know, I'll use my platform to bring I want people to. You know, I love Hawaii. I want people to fuck with Hawaii hard.
Yes.
So if I have a platform, now I want to just bring everybody together and say, hey, fuck with this dude. Hey, he does this. Hey, you do this, man. You could probably do something good with this guy. You know, I just like everybody to just chop it up.
On this one. Oh, man. First off, there's too much emo rappers. Like as far as
I feel like if I was going to be a rapper, I'd be an emo rapper.
Like
I'm an emo dude.
Rappers who like... They'll go hard for a month and then fall off for a whole year. And that's not a good thing when you're trying to collab with, let's say, your brand, right? Like, let's say you reach out to me because you see my little hustle right now, and then all of a sudden I don't talk to you for like a year.
Then I'll pull up.
But,
I'm gonna pull up, dude. I'm gonna be in your DMs, bro. I'm gonna call you from somebody else's phone too, because you're not gonna answer my calls.
So to me, there's a lot of rappers like that first. Because we've been around long enough to see rappers just come and go. Then the second part is like just holding relationships. There's not much people that are good at keeping relationships, as in building brands and collaborations. A lot of people just kind of stay in their house, their studio, do their music, stay with their little circle, and don't really branch out or even try to reach out. It's more like, bro,
it's very cliquey.
Yeah, and I'm the dopest. Everybody should fuck with me. When it's reality is like, nah, you gotta go reach out.
Yeah. Everyone's like, I've been on that same tip, you know, and you've always been like that, to connect and collaborate. And because like, what's the big fucking secret? You know what I mean? You do what you do special. If you really believe that, what are you worried about with anybody else?
Totally. Like this all just like put together dope stuff for Hawaii. Like, move as a whole unit. Because, I mean, Hawaii has something to give to the world. We're so unique. And everybody wants to come here. So if you want to come here, man, fuck with us on hip hop level. Fuck with us on an R&B level, a reggae level,
Yeah.
a
Fuck with
clothing
our
level.
agent. Yes.
Fuck with our weed.
Yes.
You know, leave our women alone.
Leave
Because-
them
just leave them
our
alone.
land alone. Leave our women
Yeah,
alone.
so I don't tag my girlfriend on my posts.
Yeah. Don't do it.
I'll put one emo post, dude, and I'll just see like her thing just. What's going on? You okay? You want to talk, sis? You okay? Hey, sis, talk to me. You guys okay? Oh,
The
shit.
vulnerability stage.
The thirst is real. And like fuck, when what Oz was saying too about like artists and like how long, like the means to what end? Like what are you creating for? What are you making art for? What ends are you trying to meet with that? Some of our homies just wanted girlfriends out of it.
Oh,
And then as soon as they got one, they're
I can see
gone.
that.
No more music anymore.
Yeah.
No more. What happened?
Glory days after that, huh?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard thing to like pursue because there's no reward in it.
Yeah. Hip hop will never love you back.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that. Bottom line, hip hop will never ever
Quote
love
that.
you back.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Because
Respect it. Run with it.
I got family members like that, so I can
Caleb
stomach
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
see, my thing is,
Shout out to Caleb, man.
like to be a Hawaii hip hop artist, you gotta love it because you're not getting $1 out of it.
It's a passion project.
It's a
for sure.
passion project. You'll get a couple high fives every now and again, a couple pats on the back, but you're not gonna pay rent. You're not gonna support your family. You gotta work another 9 to 5. Nobody out here, including myself, I can do 7 albums this year, and I still gotta go do video work or something like that, to make it out here. So a lot of them end up saying, fuck it. Bruh, I cannot anymore.
Yeah. I mean, one of the most inspiring things too, at a Super Brawl, this has nothing to do with hip hop, but at a Super Brawl, Ronald Jun, he got into this fight, he just
Aye.
whooped
Did I tell you?
ass, bro.
Bruh, he was my next door neighbor.
Oh, for
He told me
yeah.
he told me the story you're gonna tell.
Oh, for real. And then he said, I came over, I fought for you guys. I gotta go work construction tomorrow
Yup.
morning. And I was just like, fuck, he's right, bro. Why?
That's not.
But then
That
he was
hustle.
one of those the early pioneers too. And then after that, then we had the Cabbages and the BJ Penns and the Max Holloways now, and fuck now.
World class.
So now Hawaii's fighters are really well known, and it's the thing right now.
Yes.
They're well respected, and
That's
why
almost-
can't
I think
hip-hop can music?
that's almost like any sports or entertainment is pioneers always get the shit end of the deal, right? And then as it grows, then the later generations,
profit
right.
off of it more. Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Because so it would need basically a BJ Penn of Hawaii hip hop to break out and then open the doors for everybody else.
Yeah. So, I feel like that doesn't, if they do, they're not gonna come back though. And that's a heartbreaking thing. Like if they do make it.
So, and then we've been around long enough to even have this conversation. Why would they?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got a Jack Johnson and a Bruno Mars, both without ever having to be known in their backyard.
Yep.
And I know Bruno since back in the day when he was
No,
doing his demos with Dr.
No,
Dre.
dude. I used to watch him when he was a kid at the hotel because I was dating this one girl, and had that he was a little kid and he did
With
this
his
Michael
family
Jackson.
band.
He did a Michael Jackson show, dude,
Yeah.
like a little baby Michael Jackson. I was like, yo, this kid is talented. So
hustle.
I saw.
Out, bro.
Yeah.
World class, bro. The level of what we have to do. And like,
Class.
we just been calling it the Hawaiian Renaissance. Like, you have to be doing more than
Bruno,
one to
put them
three
on,
things.
Bruno. Bruno Mars, put them on, put the boys on.
Actually, what even put me on to doing these locked in projects, I had a conversation with a couple guys who rent out my studio, and they were telling me how they want to move to the mainland because Hawaii just doesn't have a scene, and they're in the EDM scene. And I was like, bro, Diplo been here.
Who was that? Christian Mochizuki.
No, different guys. He already knows the game. These are dudes who just think like Hawaii doesn't have it. I gotta move away to make it.
There's a little bit of truth to it though.
Yeah, well, so my thing with them was, and this is what sparked me to do all of this music recently was I asked them, okay, who's your favorite EDM producer? And one of them said Skrillex. I was like, all right, bet. I walked out the door. I walked back in. I was like, pretend I'm Skrillex. Let's work right now. Bruh, they was not ready. So I was like, so if you're moving to the mainland and this shit happens and you're not ready,
It still doesn't make difference.
Yeah, exactly. And your chance is gone. So that made me realize, okay, if Kanye West walks into this, do I have a beat for Kanye West?
Yeah, you do. You got a beat and you got a video.
Man,
I feel like you got a beat and a video, dude. You got a whole package. What's not got a whole package for Kanye?
This is like prior, like right in the beginning of COVID. So that made me think, okay, if Jay-Z walked in, if Beyonce walked in, if Drake walked in, I need to make sure I got at least 10 options for each of these people. So that's what put me on my grind. Because before I was just thinking, we're just gonna make music. And I don't think that's ever good enough. So I think when Hawaii hip hop people got to do is actually put them in a mindset like, who's your favorite rapper? Okay, Kendrick Lamar. Let's say he comes in the studio right now. Do you have a verse that's going to be on Kendrick Lamar's level? Because if not, you're not ready for the game then.
Wow. Wow, dude, you just dropped game, dude. I mean, that what you said right there should all these Hawaii rappers, bro, should take that in, digest it, and set themselves up.
Yeah. Everybody wants to see a menu before they order.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, Hawaii rappers might think that their peers, like us, is their competition, when in reality is if you want to be beyond Hawaii, then your competition is Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be on that same. You got to make songs like him to be if you want to branch out.
They playing with, right?
Making it is cool. Like I think what's great now, there's been a lot more generations of good art programs, and kids can grab an instrument. They can learn some creative media.
So you're a teacher too, right?
Yes.
Are you still a music teacher?
I still teach drama, like theater, performance.
Okay.
And that shit.
That makes a lot of sense.
What I notice is they get so into a process, how I make it, when I made it, but the proficiency level, the skill set level of being a recording artist, performing artist. So scene is one thing, industry is another thing. Like, a scene, you want to be cool for a little
stage
while.
Presence too.
Cool.
Yeah.
But you want to, you
gotta have.
You want to make money
presence.
off the stuff. You gonna need this.
Totally. Yeah, I think a lot of these people don't think about that. You can be, in our small little circle of friends, man. You could kill it. You could have the sickest fucking bars, standing open for ASAP Rocky or somebody. Can you?
Yes.
Can you be in front of 2,000 people, and will you still have that confidence to kill it? Most people won't.
And it needs some
it's
mentoring. It needs some bringing up, some managing.
So the Hawaiian Brian shows need to happen. And that's how you cut your teeth in the industry and stuff, right?
Those places become institutes.
Totally.
Osna Spot becomes an institute. People come to cut their teeth, like you said, get to touch that first couple of steps. How it can grow, like becoming a talent scout, because we've got to see so many different levels of talent. Who's got the goods? How long they'll be around, right? Like the time part is just always the other thing. And I think the industry now, Styles breaking that Kodak Moment record is so big for those kids, and they own their audiences. So someone could come with some big deal like, hey, do you want this, or that? But they already have what they love and what they feel is success for it, That shit's too dope.
I gotta shout them out, man. So what's the name of that?
Kodak Moment.
Kodak Moment.
Daju.
Bro and Coins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tag them in that Run It Up, man. Run it up.
You wanna know a funny story about that song? Is they were recording that during one of my the locked in sessions. And
is it Coins Grave?
Coins? Keep it Coins. No, he changed it. I think it's Coins of Sand now.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because he moved. Oh, so got to change the name.
Yeah, I shouted out Broke Mokes when I first dropped the song, and I was like, wait, is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Still like,
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. It's the OG fam right there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they recorded that song during our locked in sessions and they kind of tucked it away for their own because they knew it was super good. You know what I mean? But that's right. So when they did that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna tuck away my locals legend too. I'm gonna save this for the Angry Locals
Bet, boys,
album.
bet.
Yeah.
Shout out, though.
Yeah, shout out Daju. He's actually the first producer.
Because I couldn't. I just tried to tag Coins, but I can't find him on here.
I think it's. Oh yeah, I don't know.
Not keep it coins. Or
No, it's Coins of Sin or
Coins of
Sin
Sin.
Coins. I don't know. Koin.
Yeah.
He has 2. That's one.
Oh, that's one.
So he got the keep yours.
yeah, I got a thing with them. Let them know every time the thing play. Right here. Yeah, it's keep your coins.
Oh, it still is. Okay.
Coin
Yeah.
money.
Keep your coins.
Okay. Yeah. Found him. Boom.
Bro.
Okay. Cool. Let's go.
Okay, wait, that's a prime example. Like, that I try to tell people is like you could have the biggest song right now, and how do you get to beyond your circle? Because someone like you never even heard the song. You don't even
Yeah.
know who it is, right?
But I'm a fucking weirdo, dude. Like I don't do any. I'm trying to learn how to. Like
Right.
I just lock myself in there. I just watch YouTube's about.
But see,
podcasts.
so you would be the prime example. If a song gets to you, then somehow it made its job, right?
Yeah.
It did its
okay.
job,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot that goes into like blowing something up. You know,
I think it's crowdsourcing. So if I heard like I follow Osna and well, you don't put out that much content, right? As much as before and stuff. Osna
Not
just
just
really
only making music.
he puts out consistent content. So if I saw you shout it out, then I'd check it out definitely.
Right.
So,
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, you're right. So I don't like Instagram because of that. It's almost like you can't share as easy as Facebook. Facebook has an easier share method. Twitter too, you can just retweet and then stuff can go viral like that. And like you don't know about Kodak Moment because you don't probably follow Roll, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to get these Hawaii hip hop artists to realize. Like, if I don't follow you, I would never see your or never even
Yeah.
hear about your songs. So yeah, it's like we got to figure out that part, right?
Well, you know what, man?
Getting
They got
on,
they
huh?
gotta follow me and I follow people back. You like my stuff, I will like your shit back. I max out on followers, but I will like your shit back. If you're wearing my clothing or whatever in your post, man, I will repost it stuff and mahalo too.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys, man.
Mhm.
I saw Oaks put up a post on Facebook. I think you're saying like, put up this many stuffs on YouTube, got this much. He's like, I'm tired of slaving for social media.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that reflection resonated. Like, bruh, the amount. So like, take like a dog face, the virality behind that guy.
Yeah.
How much he costs now if you want to advertise something through him. His full-blown management team behind him. He's become a low-key industry because of social media.
Mhm.
Representation, visibility has changed.
Yeah.
Before, if it came in the midweek, that was dope. We got cover of midweek. We were fucking lit that year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or a article in the paper, a commercial maybe on a thing, radio commercial, another. Social media is the hugest.
Yeah.
And then how, because social media is shareable, you get to see what rises because of the amount of people that connected with it and it comes to the top. Otherwise, we wouldn't watch the commercial or see the thing or,
Mhm.
that algorithm shit's for real.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, just back to Chris Styles then.
Yes.
How do we? Whoa, dude. Oh, it's my homie right there. I'm gonna answer this
Let's go.
on the podcast.
Hey.
Big up to Faithy. Oh, it's my auntie too. She's with my auntie. That's why she called me.
How's it?
What's up, auntie? Yeah, I love you guys though. Okay, bye. But yeah. So how do we get together, put pressure so that the radio stations will play our hip hop music, local Hawaiian hip hop music?
It's basically just for hip hop music or anything that will be closer to top 40. It's the bottom line is sound design. You know, you make something that sounds that it could fit into a station that's programming Ariana Grande and Saweetie and anything in the like of that, Justin Bieber.
Okay.
You know, and there's no way to force it because you're competing with multi-million viewed artists. You know,
I just boom, bulb, top of my head, bing. That's probably why Hawaii hip hop. Because when you're talking about guns and dope and fucking people up, you're probably not gonna get on their radio.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about good vibes like reggae music, and that whole like,
Well,
when you listen to Kodak Moment, you'll see why I was able to get it through.
Okay.
You know?
even look at just island reggae music, for example. What gets played on the radio?
Remix.
No, it's okay, yeah, remix. Yeah, you're right. But it's love-based songs based, off of telling the girl you love her as tall as the mountain and deep as the ocean.
Yeah.
But what doesn't get played? The
sounds
roots
like
reggae, right?
Yeah, it's rough to get the
Rough.
roots.
It's
that's my shit. I like the
Conscious
fucking
music.
roots,
Yeah.
the little
Downside.
Geordies. Yeah, dude, I like
Yes,
the real
bro.
rootsy stuff too, man.
So I think the formula for radio and what doesn't get played on the radio
look,
is
wait, hold up,
don't be
though.
too smart.
But hold up though. We all agree that we like the real rootsy music.
Yeah.
So
I think because
if we
we're
all like
artists, that's why we have an artist mindset.
Yeah, we have appreciation for music.
For
As I was
art,
saying
yeah.
earlier, a vast majority don't love music like we do.
Yes.
They just want something that, you know, I wake up, I'm 37 years old, I have a child and a husband
25.
who works at Long's, and I gotta go to my office job. I just love something easy to digest today. Play me some Fiji into the night.
Okay.
Right? Like they're not even in love with this art like we are, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what? Even me listening, I barely hear the lyrics first. I hear the vibe first when I listen to music. So I used to tell people there was some Bob Marley songs I didn't even know the lyrics till like 5 plays later, but that it just felt good. So like that is what I'm trying to
Do with hip hop music then.
write. Is like, okay, make it feel good first.
Well, why doesn't Jonah Jackson get more played? And because it's vibey, it's like, you know, it's groovy,
We working it.
it's soulful.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
I'm on that tip of the artist that
Tryna blend it, huh?
creates the artist that creates to survive. Says fucking industry and create one.
Okay.
What's more sustainable than trying to get on the radio? Making sure that the younger generation that gets into this music figures out how to stay alive. Thus, the pride I feel with these young guys.
Yeah.
You know?
I
The
mean,
Punas, the Ruckas, the Rose even now. Like, I feel like those guys, Rose, Dajus, are from like a Coins, the Broke Mogs, you know, who used to live with Os at one point. Like,
that's what's up, though.
the institute of how you can figure it out. You can still be a human being, but make music and contend with the top of the top.
And make money
Yes.
doing what you love to do.
Yes.
I think that's always the goal.
Yeah, you know,
Especially for artists.
this whole year I've been in the studio locked up, and I've worked with so many different talents. And one talent, I don't want to put him out, but
Put them out there.
so musically gifted, beyond gifted, and he would help me out making beats and stuff like that. So I would play him songs. And I've been in this mode where I just like to play music for people and watch the reaction, because then I truly know if that's the hit or not. So I would play a whole bunch of stuff for this guy, and he'd just be, oh, okay, cool, do some stuff, whatever. And I played him the dumbest song I ever did. And he was like, man, I like this song. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, so this is the hit, okay?
Yeah.
But I know that is what just gonna translate beyond his musical comprehension. Cause like even it was the most simplest chord progression, but the content of the song was just easy to digest first time around. Pulling up to Sandy's with the broskies. That was a song I made. You know what I mean? Even when I played it for you guys, right? The verse is so simple. It's not complicated. Straight to the point. And I like, that's what my thing is. Like, you think your songs is good, play it for strangers that never heard it before and watch the reaction. Yeah.
Well, you're a DJ, so you know what you like, but you know what the dance floor likes too. So that has to like translate into like how you produce and create music too, right? At some point.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you got, and it starts with a vibe, right? Because like even some club music I play, I guarantee people don't even know those words. Like Migos, I know you guys don't know the words to Migos, but that shit make you feel hype, right? It's just that bounce. Hey.
Yeah, dude. You're fucking spot on with that.
Music is just endless. Endless ways of creating it. Endless. It's just the hardest part, and will always be, is getting that product beyond your circle. And what I feel like, going back to how Hawaii has to struggle being here with all the bills and expenses, you don't have the luxury to be investing a lot of money into pushing your music.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing.
Well, I don't know, man. New York is an expensive place too. San Francisco is an expensive place too. And you know, they have that hyphy. That's a vibe, you know, like they have a scene and they're very supportive of each other too. So
And very drug dealer back.
yes, sir. I would have put you on back in the day, bro.
Put you on, baby.
Actually, I like to use hyphy movement as a blueprint of where I see Hawaii can go. And it starts with a vibe.
Yes.
Soon as you put a hyphy beat on, you know exactly what you're getting, right? You're like, I'm gonna go dumb, right? It's all in the same tempo. It's all with the same instruments. It's all 808s. It's all the same vibe. It's just different artists.
And you know where it came from.
Exactly.
That
I
one
can-
city.
I can
don't know, dude.
exactly.
To me, Shoreline Mafia sounds like they came from the Bay.
Oh, well, then, okay, so that's what happens, right? Is like you create a sound where other people copy. Because like Nelly ended up jumping on a song, right?
But I
I'm
like
out from
Shoreline
the Bay,
Mafia.
Bay. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Drake even ends up going on some Bay Area songs, right? So Hawaii doesn't have...
But Drake did it right because he jumped on G-Eazy, you know, so...
Right. That's what
They work together.
They created this. Drake would never have done that sound if hyphy movement was never around first. So Hawaii is lacking a sound.
Okay.
I play you 10 artists, you would not know where they're from.
Or
right?
a sound that also has created a movement like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to use them.
Hyphy has lingo.
No, you're right. You know, bro, we might have cracked the fucking code.
That's always my go-to is hyphy movement.
So do you remember like the early West Coast, the California shit? It was that
The G-Funk era. The funk. They
and once it had that, it was like, you know what I mean? It's real. It had that fucking gangster
and
fucking
who
feel.
started that? That's why.
Dre.
Exactly. It comes
Who
down
did?
to Dre.
Dre. Yeah.
I mean, Dre's team, like
MCA,
Dre.
like MCA, you know, like so it was like a little bit before Dre.
Yes.
But
The underground Cali,
yeah.
heavy drums that sing like
that syrupy fucking
yes.
okay.
Hawaii, that's what Hawaii needs. Hawaii needs
a sound.
a sound.
And then Thuggish Ruggish Bone had it.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, fuck.
Those are easy,
Okay,
bro.
Hawaii, bro.
Easy,
Let's go to work, man. We got to create a sound.
And everybody got to get on that sound.
Yeah.
It
Well,
goes. Yeah.
That's just like my conversation I had with Kuhao yesterday about designing and about creating like a Hawaiian color council and fashion movement where, you know, we create a board and, you know, all the other local streetwear brands or designers sit on the board. So, you know, we'd have Kicks and we'd have Fitteds and we have Hawaii's Finest, Information, you know, myself, you know, and we'd sit down and we discuss, okay, so, you know, next season, let's go with a floral pattern or let's go with a lauhala pattern. And here's the color palettes that we're going to use so we can create a Hawaii vibe, just like how you guys are talking about right now, but in fashion and stuff. And I'd work with anybody. I'll work with anybody, and dude. Let's sit down and let's do that. But
And you know what? Also, with fashion, because Hawaii has such unique things to pull from, as far as like everything you're naming, right? that's what like Hawaii hip hop should be doing. But we get bashed on for embracing our local, right? Like, what if you did a floral print something, right? And people is like, "Bah, that's so Hawaii. That's never gonna make it on the mainland."
Oh yeah.
You know,
they gotta cut that shit out.
right? But to me, it's like,
What does that shit come from? Self-loathing.
Yeah,
Right?
it comes from jealousy.
Yeah,
Mm.
jealousy for
The
sure.
foundation is always envy and jealousy, man. But you know, people would like they have that, you know, that mentality of, oh, I want to see you do good, but not better than me, which really sucks because I've witnessed it. You know,
Yes.
when I came out of jail, I didn't have no fucking money. Nobody's fucking with my brands, and I was trying to work with everybody, you know, and nobody was gonna work with me, you know, because I wasn't popping. Then I was just like, okay, boom. I just did it by myself, did my own thing, hustled, worked, and then I was popping. And but the thing is instead of, you know, and I still want to work with them. That never changed. But it was like they were mad at me after. You stole my customers, you stole my clientele. And it became this weird thing where you know, I don't want to be the person I was before because it eat me up and I do things that probably land me back in jail. And I just try to say, okay, whatever, dude. Then I'll just back up and fade on and just, you know, I'll be my weird emo.
you just gave me an idea. What if you kind of generalize your story, because I feel like it can almost go hand in hand with an hip hop artist, how to start from zero and get branded to where you're at right now.
Well, it's just hard work.
Because that's exactly
but it's what you're doing right now.
right.
So you're doing what I did when I just got out. You know, for music, you know, it's hustling now. Like Osna's creating but you know, you're putting in the work. You're working with everybody. Anybody wants to fucking work with you? Fuck it, yeah, let's gig. And you know, you'll work with people, and then, you know, some people show up, and some people will just fold.
Yeah.
You know, but that sucks because if you got a super fucking sick beat, and then you give it to somebody, and they don't push it hard enough and show up, and then, you know, you give it to somebody else. Ah, that was my fucking beat. Fuck,
I've done that. I've done that
Fuck, I
before,
know,
bro.
yeah.
I've done that many
You have
times,
to, though.
bro. Yeah.
You have to.
But you know what's a prime example? 50 Cent in the Club. His biggest record. Started off his whole career. You know what Dr. Dre gave that beat to first? D12. Can you imagine where that would have gone with a D12? Nowhere. Would have gone nowhere.
Yeah.
It started 50 Cent's whole career.
Because he pushed it, though.
So sometimes, bro, you gotta snatch that beat back, bro. He's like, hey, you never pay for him, but so and so's gonna rip this one.
Cool. Yeah. That's what's up. So I mean, that was a fast fucking hour we just pretty much did too.
Whole content in that, bro. Jams on jams on jams.
Now where we're at, just naturally arrived to is design thinking.
Yeah.
That how you design your reality for what you've created and put time into.
What pays off.
And there's so much ways to encompass it. Yeah, it could be just, you could hide from the world and just present your art. Or you could use your personality to push your art and combine it. There's just so many different ways to do it when it comes to.
Well, I mean,
right?
So like in the art world, so say I was doing my art, and I do my art, yeah. But I'm doing my art.
You're in your gallery.
Yes, bro. But I'm doing my art, and you know, say I did make something that's pretty fucking cool, but I'm so fucking underground that I don't want to show anybody. So at, you know, am I gonna make money? I'm not gonna make money. You know what I mean? But you know, if I say, oh, hey, let me hang my artwork in your studios now, and then maybe somebody say, oh, dude, that's dope, dude. Oh, that's my boy Keone, dude. Check it. He got a clothing line. Check that shit out. And then, you know, that good grassroots word of mouth, I think, needs to fucking.
Hawaii is built on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, built on that. Just OG Libra hit me up. He's like, oh, can I set up a session on Tuesday? I want to work with this girl. And he takes a picture, and it's the girl who's on stage at your show. You know what I mean? It's just like that fast of like, oh, I like her. I'm gonna reach out to her and I'm gonna work with her. Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope, dude. Shout out to Libra, man.
Libra.
Yeah, shit. That's an old school homie from Kaneohe.
Bruh. That guy gave me a fat joint for my birthday.
But I mean, yeah, I see. So we did graffiti back in the day too. So I mean, I learned there's something that you can take from everybody, and there's things that you can not take from everybody. Your closest friends, everybody you look up to. There's things that they do well, incorporate into your formula, and there's things that hold them back. And disavow it. Just let that shit go too. So, I mean, I learned stuff from all my friends and stuff. Yes. So, and Aaron Martin, shout out to Aaron Martin.
Hey,
man.
Whoa!
He taught me. I was like, man, you're doing really good with this art thing. How do you do it? What's the secret sauce? Like, there is a secret sauce. There's no secret sauce, man. He
Same
just
like graffiti, right?
He just
how did he get up there? Somebody fucking climbed up that bitch. One fucking color at a goddamn time. That's what graffiti taught me too. I was like 460 pounds, walking around, taking hikes to find spots. There's no magic. You gotta go up and do that shit.
Kind of like Osna climbing up the top of the building today to get that shot, dude.
You gotta make
shot,
the magic, cuz. I saw a magician said the definition of magic is what happens when you're not looking.
Woo!
Hey, I'm gonna end the podcast on that, man.
Hey.
Think about what fucking he just said.
Close
Think
your
about
eyes. Don't blink, bitch.
Angry Locals in the house. Round Block Podcast. Thank you guys, man.
Yeah.
It's been real. Aloha.